Hello, hello. I think I'm live. If you are here with me live, please say hello in the comments and let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. Be sure if you're on Facebook to click the little StreamYard link that's in the description so that I can, sure if you're on Facebook to click the little StreamYard link that's in the description so that I can, sure if you're on Facebook to click the little StreamYard link that's in the description so that okay. This is why we check. So it looks like I'm live on YouTube for sure. Let me make sure that the Facebook is working. So yeah, if you are on Facebook, you're gonna need to, let me see if the volume's working on here. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if something's up with my computer or what. Hold on. Okay, it looks like it's working. Okay, so if you are on Facebook, you'll see a little link in the description that says I'm going live using StreamYard. Before leaving a comment, please grant StreamYard permission to see your name at, and then there's a link. Just click that link if you haven't done that yet, and that way I will know who is commenting, because otherwise it'll just say Facebook user. So if you are here with me live, please say hello in the comments. I would love to know who's here. Let me know your name. Let me know where you're coming in from, what part of the country or the world. And we will get started here in just a sec. Definitely let me know if you can hear me and see me okay, if you're here with me live. I think everything's working fine, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you're live, if you could let me know. And if you're watching the replay, if you could just put replay in the comments, and that way I know who showed up for the replay. And also just as, you know, the same as for my live viewers, any questions or comments that come up along the way, you can feel free and leave them in the comments wherever you're watching this. So in today's training, I'm going to be talking about my next level vision and goal setting blueprint. So if you guys have been getting on with me, this is the third time I've gone live this week because we are in the beginning of our 11/11 Trinity Transformation Challenge, which is just a free challenge that was put out into our community, and we've opened it up to anybody that wants to be part of it in the world. There's nothing to sign up for. There's nothing to buy. It's just basically making a commitment to yourself that you want to set some goals in these three areas. That's why we're calling it Trinity, because we're setting a health goal, a financial goal, and a personal development, spiritual development, personal growth goal. And the end date is November 11th. So anybody that wants to set some goals and you know, really do some incredible things in the next, it's basically 4 months away, 20 weeks to be exact. And you know, we can do anything for 4 months. So, you know, the last time I went live, I showed you guys my accountability process, which is, it's a little bit intense, but it always works. And what I was sharing is that it's not something that I want to do all the time. I don't want to live with such a strict like process in place all the time in my life. But when I am sprinting towards a big goal, it's really helpful and it always works. So that's one half of the equation. And if you guys didn't see that, regardless of where you're watching this video, you can still see the replay for that. That was 2 days ago. So the replay is on my YouTube channel and it's in my Facebook group. So regardless of where you're watching this, you can watch the replay for the accountability piece. In today's training, we're going to talk about the other half of the equation, which is equally as important as the accountability, and that is the vision piece, right? So this is about what you want, not how you will get there. And there's a big difference. So the accountability piece is kind of like gets into like the action that you're going to take to work towards your goal. What we're going to be talking about today is just really getting clear about what we want and holding the vibration of it so that we can get there. And the important thing to remember in this kind of work is that we don't want to be too specific about the how we're going to get there. Because if we get really, really specific and we're only open to one way of achieving our goals, then we're not open to receiving other alternatives, which will likely, when you do this kind of vision work, the universe will present things to you in a way that you couldn't have predicted. And I've done this training before, and I will give you guys, if you want, I can give you links to the, I have a podcast episode where I went over some specific things where, like, you know, we're talking about a 30-day vision here. We do it 30 days at a time. So it's a short-term vision. So I have a whole podcast episode where I shared specific examples of how things started manifesting for me right after I started the process, and how a lot of the things that manifested were things that I could not have predicted. I couldn't have even put them on my vision board because the way that they happened were not any way that I would have expected them to happen. So we want to be really open to things happening in ways that we couldn't necessarily have predicted. Okay. So again, if you're watching me live, if someone could let me know if you can see me and hear me okay, and I'm going to get right into this training. All right. All right. So, and I want you guys to bear with me. Like, if you have done vision boards before, I want you to stick with me because I think this is going to be different than anything you've ever done before. Okay. A lot of times with vision boards, and I've done this too, is that we make vision boards and we set goals. First of all, we make vision boards and set goals for like way further out into the future, like maybe a year from now. I've done vision boards a lot on New Year's Eve with my kids, where we're setting our goals for the year. Sometimes you can set vision boards that have like, don't even really have an end date, that are just like, someday this is going to be my dream house or whatever. What we're doing here is, for those of us that are doing the 11/11 Trinity Transformation Challenge, we have that challenge has an end date of November 11th, which is 4 months, 20 weeks away. But this vision board process that I'm going to teach you is for shorter goals. So if you were on my accountability training, you saw how I set up my Trello board. Again, you can watch the replay wherever you're watching this video. You can see the replay for that. Don't go there now after you watch this. These are two separate trainings, so you don't need to see that one first, but you can go back and see how the way I do it is I set my goal for the end date, which is in this case is 11/11, and then I break it down to 30-day increments. So the vision process that we're going to be doing here, thank you, Roger, for letting me know. The visioning process that we're going to be doing here is going to be 30 days at a time. So this is one of the biggest differences between the type of vision boards you may have done in the past and what we're going to be doing here, because we're setting our vision visually, and I'm going to give you processes to work with this on a daily basis. We're setting it for 30 days out. We're not setting it for till November 11th. We're not setting it for a year from now, 5 years from now, or someday. We're setting it for 30 days. And this is very, very powerful, because when you set short-term goals like this and you have a process in place to actually visualize them, like I'm going to show you today, these things just start to manifest really quickly because they're shorter term goals, and you're going to start to see things manifesting so much more quickly. Okay. So the process that I'm going to be going over today is about setting short-term goals, 30 days at a time. Okay. So, you know, again, if you haven't seen my accountability training from Wednesday, you can watch the replay for that. And I go over more about how I chunk things down. I set my end goal, and then I chunk it down into my 30-day goal, 60-day goal, 90-day goal. And so that those 30-day milestones, that's what we're going to be putting on this vision board. We're going to set a goal for 30 days out. And then in 30 days from now, we're going to make another one with our 60-day goal on it. which by that point will be 30 days out, if that makes sense. So if you're not signed up for the challenge and you want to participate in it with us, it's really, really easy to do. Let me put this link up here real quick. So you don't have to actually even sign up for anything. You can just go to my Facebook group and RSVP. So this link on the screen is, wait, hold on a second. Let me see if I can make it so that it's not like moving around. There we go. This link on the screen is where this is just anything that I'm going to be talking about today, you'll be able to find on this page, all of the resources, including, I think the very top link is going to take you to my Facebook group. You might be watching this in my Facebook group right now, which is awesome. But in that Facebook group, there is a place to RSVP for the 30-day challenge. And that's all you have to do. And the only reason that you have to do that is so that I can make sure that I'm tagging people. We're going to have a thread where people can share their 30-day vision boards and all kinds of stuff. So all you have to do is make a commitment to yourself. You can RSVP so that you can access all the support that's going to be available inside of my Facebook group. And so if you want to set some goals for the end date of November 11th and work with us on these different in these different processes that I'm showing you this week, that's all you have to do is RSVP there. All right. So like I said, this type of vision, if you've done vision boards before and you're like, I've already done this, doesn't work for me, or I don't want to do it or whatever, hang in there with me, because like I said, this is going to be different than anything you've done before. So usually a lot of times when we create vision boards, we create them, like maybe it's like a fun craft and we do it with our family or we do it with our friends or whatever. And we cut stuff out of magazines and we create this beautiful looking board, and then we hang it somewhere and like we look at it every once in a while, maybe, right? That's not what we're going to be doing with this. We're going to actually be working with our vision boards every day in a very specific way. And that's why this is so much more powerful than the other stuff that you've probably done. Get back over to where I can see you guys. Definitely say hi if you're jumping on. I'd love to know you're here. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a digital vision board. And the reason for this, and you don't have to, I mean, if you want to do the cut out of magazines way, you can still do that. But the reason I really like this way, and I'm actually going to show you how cool this is to do and how easy it is to do. There's a couple different reasons why I like this way better. Whoever this is, if you could click that StreamYard link so I can see your name and face, that would be awesome. It's in the description of this video, because otherwise I don't know who it is. Thank you. Okay. So there's a couple different reasons why this digital process is so powerful. One of them is that I'm going to be showing you how we're going to create the vision board, and it's going to be your screensaver on your computer and on your phone. So it's going to be in front of you all the time. You know, if you're watching this right now, chances are you're on your computer a lot, or you're on your phone a lot. Maybe you're an online marketer. A lot of you, you know, if you're in my Facebook group, you're online marketers, right? So you're on your computer all the time. So when we create a digital vision board that stays in our computer where we can see it every time we open our computer, it's so powerful. Okay. And the same thing with our phones. Like, so when you save it to your phone, it can be like your desktop background like that. Okay. So that's one of the reasons it's so powerful. The other thing that's really, really powerful about it is that we can get really specific with the images that we put on our vision board, because this is just for us, right? So we don't have to worry about copyright stuff or anything with the images. We can literally go online and find images of anything that we want and put them on our vision board. So on this particular vision board that I did a while back, like I have a picture of Telluride, Colorado, because I wanted to go on a vacation to Telluride, Colorado. And I have the picture of an inside of a cabin. A lot of this stuff has already happened. All right. That's the power of this. But like you can get specific pictures for exactly what you're wanting to do. I'm also going to show you how to put a blank check on there and fill in the amount so that if you have like in 30 days from now, where do you want your income to be? We can put that on there. So when you're doing it digitally, it just makes it really easy to put whatever, find any images of anything at all that you want and easily drag them onto your vision board. And like I said, because we're not, using this, unless if you are going to use it publicly, then you do want to make sure that you're not using copyrighted images. But if you're just using it for yourself and inside of our Facebook group, you can put whatever you want on there. Okay. Okay. So, let me just talk. I'll just talk. I'm going to go through the steps to do this in a second. But when we're getting our images, you can use images that you have, if you want to put images of your family or whatever, your somebody's house that's like your dream house or your dream partner. Maybe there's you have a picture of somebody that you want to manifest a relationship with or whatever. You can use any pictures that you have, but you can also grab pictures from Google. You can literally Google anything at all that you want. Pinterest is a great place to find pictures. And the cool thing about Pinterest is that you can create a private board on Pinterest where you can constantly just be saving things to it, so that like as you're scrolling through Pinterest or as you're doing searches on Pinterest for stuff, whenever you find images that you want to use either on your current vision board or on a future vision board, you can save them to your private board on Pinterest. And that way, in 30 days from now, when we go to redo your vision board again, you'll already have pictures in there that you can use. So that's one really cool thing about Pinterest. Instagram is another place, obviously, that's good to find images on. And again, one of the reasons I love the digital vision board process is that we're not limited to the images that we can find in a magazine. I've always really liked the magazine process just because it's fun. Like I said, I used to do it on New Year's Eve a lot with my kids, and we'd get out a stack of magazines and we'd be cutting through them and cutting out these cool words. And, it's a fun craft, right? But it's limited to whatever's in the magazine, where with this, we're not limited to anything. Like we can find pictures online of anything at all that we want. Okay. So, all right. So the first step is going to be to find the images that you want to use. And we're going to put them on a digital dream board. And you can do this. Canva, I'm obsessed with Canva these days. And I'll show you a quick demonstration of how you can do this in Canva. You can use PicMonkey or whatever other image editor you use. You can do this in Keynote or PowerPoint as well. So like if you don't use any of those online image editors and you just want to use something that you already have on your computer, Keynote and PowerPoint work really well as also. The main thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you're making your dream board in the dimensions of your computer screen, because we're going to set it as our desktop background. So you want it to fill up your whole desktop. A standard, and you can look at whatever your specific dimensions are, but standard dimensions are like 16, like the ratio 16:9, which would be a common ratio of pixels is 1920 by 1080. So 1920 by 1080. So let me show you how to do this in Canva. Okay. All right, let me see if this works. I don't know why I had trouble with this the other day too. Let's see. Chrome has lost permission. Here, let me try this again. Share screen. Here, we'll do, here we go. There we go. Can you guys see my screen now? Let me know. I think you can. Okay, so this is Canva. And There are two different ways that you can do this in Canva. So one way is to click create design and put in these dimensions, 1920 by 1080, and click create new design. And then what it's going to do is it's going to pull up a canvas that's these dimensions. And these are the great dimensions for your desktop background. And it's also great dimensions. It'll transfer well over to your phone. And then under templates, I can type in Dreamboard. Oh, it's not going to work for, I can type in collage. And you'll see all these different templates come up for collage. So if I click on one of them, it'll just throw it in here. And I'm just going to use this one as an example. So now we have a collage with the dimensions that we want. And you can add, like if you want more pictures than this, you can add more, whatever. You're not limited to this. But let me show you how easy it is to add any pictures that you want to this. So if we do a Google search, you guys want to give me, somebody give me something in the chat to do a Google search for something that you want to create. Let me think. So let's do, let's search for six-pack abs. Maybe that's your health goal. Go to images. And then we can find a picture of the six-pack abs that we want. So let's say we want to use this picture. We would just right click and go copy image and then come over to Canva and just paste. Okay. And then what it's going to do is it's going to add it under my uploads. So I'm going to delete this one and then I'm just going to drag it from my uploads into wherever I want it. And it'll just put it in one of these spots. So like if I was to drag it to this one, it would go there. Like, so we can just, you know, copy it right off of Google. We don't even have to save it to our computer and paste it into Canva. And we can do that for anything that we want. Here's the other cool thing you can do with Canva is you can type in blank check. And you see all these blank check images. And so you can put a check right on your, I'm going to, whoops, it put it in. Anyway, you can put your blank check on your board and then you can fill in the amount, like how much do you want to be, oops. I'm going to put bring to front and that way it's not going behind things. And then like, for example, if I want to, let's say I want to be making $30,000 per month, I can just type in 30,000. I can drag that into here and I can size it so that it fits, right? And then you can put your name right here. I always like to sign it. I'm just going to copy and paste. I like to sign it the law of abundance. So that's how you do the blank check. And anyway, you can just go on Google and look for whatever images you want and just drag them right onto here. Okay. Another thing that you can do. Oh, wait. Are you guys still seeing my screen? Hold on a second. I don't even know if you are. Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, I know why. Shoot. All right. Hold on a second. Yeah, StreamYard is weird with this stuff. I don't even see. Oh, here we go. Let me see what. No. There we go. Okay, you guys should see it now. Can you guys see it? Anyway, so I was showing how you, and you guys didn't see any of that, right? Let me do it again. All right. So you just do a search for blank check. Oops. Come under elements and do a search for blank check. And then these blank checks will come up. And then all I did was drag it over. Whoops. You have to be careful when it has these little frames on here because it wants to put it in a frame, which we don't want. Anyway, I dragged it over. I moved it to the front. Like if I click on this and hit position, bring to front, that way it doesn't, nothing gets in front of it or whatever. And then I just typed in my name and law of abundance, oops, and the amount, right? And you can just drag images in here. So I'll grab another image off of Google. And I know you guys won't see Google when I do this, but I'll just grab an image of, so another 30-day goal. Let's say when I hit my 30-day income goal, I'm going to hire some people to clean my house. So let's just say I copy the image and then I just paste it into Canva, right? And there it is. And so I can either just put it in like this, or I can come over to my uploads. Where is it? It didn't do it. Oh. Why isn't it showing in my uploads? That's really weird. That is very strange. Well, normally it would show in your uploads, and then you could just drag it into one of these spots. You know, like if you just drag it, it just goes right into one of these frames. But for whatever reason, it's not showing in my uploads. So in that case, that's not normally going to be the case. And when I did it in the other window, it did it just fine. But for whatever reason, Canva's acting funny right now. So this is one way that you can do it. Another thing that you can do in Canva, are you guys still seeing my screen? Let me just make sure. Okay. Yeah. All right. So another thing that you can do in Canva is when you come to the home screen in Canva, you can search for dream board. Why isn't Canva working right now for me? I'm gonna have to go back to the other window if it's not gonna work. Yeah, it's not working. So let me switch to the other window. All right, you guys see all these dream boards now? So when I do a search for dream board, all of these different templates are going to come up. They may or may not be the right dimensions for your computer screen, but if you want to use one of them, you can, and then you can always change the dimensions. You can resize it after. So let's say we want to use this one. So it loads this in, and then again, we can swap these pictures out with whatever we want. So let me try my cleaning example again and see if it works in the screen. Oh, is it? So it's not when okay. So every time I select something, it doesn't show it to you guys. That's pretty annoying. Yeah, because it switches screens. All right, so I got to switch screens again. I wish I could just do my whole screen. For whatever reason, StreamYard doesn't let me. Share screen. All right, so now you guys should see this example of a vision board. Okay, so I copied the picture of the cleaning person. I can paste it in. You can see it put it in. See, it put it in a bunch of times because I tried it a bunch of times before. So once it's in your uploads, you can just drag it wherever you want it. And then I can like adjust it so that it's showing right. And I can drag my 6-pack to wherever I want that. And I can just copy images off of Google and then just drag them on here however I want. And you can change out these words to say whatever you want and create your vision board. And then if these dimensions don't work, you can change the dimensions. You can click resize here and you can see right now these dimensions are 1920 by 1080. So I'm good. But if you want to change the dimensions, you would just put in the dimensions here and click resize and you can resize it. All right. So that is how you create your digital board in Canva. All right. So when you hit your goal, then you reward yourself. Yes. So I went over all of that. This is the question. I went over this on Wednesday on my accountability Trello board, how I showed you how I set goals and I do risks and rewards. So if I don't hit my goal, then there's a risk involved. And if I do hit my goal, then there's a reward involved. So yeah, you could put your rewards on this vision board. That's a great idea. And you can also put the actual things that you're striving for on the vision board. Okay, so once you have your vision board, what you're going to do is you are going to set it as your desktop wallpaper. You'll just go into your system preferences on your computer. You can choose whatever image you want. You'll save it from Canva or wherever you created it. You'll save it to your computer and then go into your system preferences and save it as your desktop background. The other thing you're going to do is if you're working on an iPhone and a Mac, you can airdrop it to yourself, which is what I do all day, every day, back and forth. And I can just I can click on the image on my computer and click share, airdrop, select my phone, and it'll just automatically send it to my phone. And then you'll have it on your phone. So you'll have it on the background of your computer and the background of your phone. If you don't have airdrop, you're not working on an iPhone or whatever, just email it to yourself or whatever you need to do to get it over to your phone and then set it as your wallpaper on your phone. So now we've got it in these two places where we can see it nonstop every time we open our computer, every time we turn on our phone. Okay. The next step is going to be to get out your journal and you're going to write a sentence or two about what each picture means to you. Like, what does it represent? And you want to write it in the past tense. I have manifested ... or I have manifested my dream vacation. I have manifested X amount of dollars in my business for this month. I have manifested a gorgeous body at my dream weight of whatever your weight goal is or whatever. And so you're going to go through, and for each image, you're going to say what the image is, like 6-pack abs, and then write, I have manifested, or I have become, or something in the past tense for each of those pictures. And you're going to write it, just write it in your journal like this. And so like the check for $30,000, I've manifested a residual income of $30,000 per month or something greater. And this represents freedom for me. And then for each, the harmony symbol I had on my dream board, that Japanese harmony symbol, it says harmony symbol. I've manifested true harmony in all of my relationships. I've manifested harmony with my body. So just write like a paragraph, a sentence or 2 sentences or whatever you need to say about each of those images so that you know exactly what each of the images represents. So we don't always know just by looking at an image what it is. Like, for example, I had an image on one of my dream boards of just a bunch of happy people. And they weren't even happy people that I know. They were a picture that I got off of the internet, right? But I said that, the happy people, I've manifested so many happy people in my Facebook group as a result of my 30-day challenge, when I was doing a 30-day content challenge at the time. And so that's what that picture represented to me. So you can have a picture of people that you don't even know doing something, and then you just want to write like what is it that picture represents on your vision board, right? Right. So you're gonna write that out for each individual picture on your vision board. And then okay, once you have it all written out, then what you're going to do is you're going to take out your phone, open up your voice memo part on your phone, and you're going to record yourself reading all of the stuff that you just wrote in your journal. So you're just going to read the sentences and record it. And you're going to save it on your phone as a voice memo. And you can put like 30-day vision board with the date, the end date on it as the title of it, so that it's easy to find in your voice memos. And then you're going to listen to that every morning when you wake up and every night before you go to bed. So you're going to be marinating on your goals in that way. So now you're going to be seeing your vision board every time you open your computer or your phone. And you're also going to be listening to all, the meaning of all of these things that you put on your vision board every morning when you wake up and every night before you go to bed. Okay. And then the next step is that every morning you're going to open up your computer so that you have your desktop background showing. And you're going to put on some subliminals. There's some really powerful subliminal type of music that has like binaural beats and different things that are really, really powerful to have in the background when you're journaling and stuff. And if you go to that same link that I gave you guys, put it up for you again. On that page, like I said, all the resources from everything I'm talking about today are on that page. So on that page, you're going to find a link to my subliminals playlist on YouTube. I only have one track on there right now, but it's a really, 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 it's like hours long. And I love that. And that's like my journaling music. And you'll see it just feels really good. And it's just going to help get you in the vibes. So you're going to put on that type of music, and you can search for different subliminal music that if you don't like the one that I have there for you, find your own. And then so you're going to have your vision board in front of you on your desktop. You're going to be playing the subliminals in the background, and you're going to be journaling. And you can journal about whatever you want. You can journal about your goals. You can journal about your gratitude for the things that you already have in your life, or do whatever journaling practice that you already have in place. The point is that you have the subliminals music and that you have your vision board in front of you. So it's like it's a process that you're doing. And then the next step is, after you're done journaling, whatever your journaling practice is, you're going to pick one thing from your vision board, one of the images, one of the things that you're wanting to create in the next 30 days. And you're just going to do a 10-minute visualization of that specific goal that day. So you're focusing on one of the things on your vision board, and you're just going to go really deep into what it feels like to have that goal in your life. So each day you're going to pick a different one. So you're just going to be, doing like a visualization process for each of the goals. And that's the vision board process. So you're going to do this every 30 days. So you have this vision board. It's good for 30 days. leading up, you're going to know the exact end date of it. And when you get to that end date, I think you'll be amazed at how many things will start to manifest even before your end date. When you get to the end date, you're going to create another one. So it's something that you can do every 30 days. And if you're doing the Trinity Challenge with us, again, the end goal is 11/11. So we have 4 months. So we're going to do 4 of these leading up to that. And you can do it however you want to do it. You can do like start today and then do another one 30 days from now. You can start, you can do them like on the last day of the month. So you have a new vision board for the calendar month. You can do it. A new moon is a really good place, time to do it as well. And I actually think the new moon might be tomorrow. I could be wrong about that, but you can look that up. But that's another good way to do it. But you want to get in the habit of doing it at the same time every month, whether it's a new moon. Oh, it's new moon. It's time for me to do my 30-day vision board, or the calendar. If it's the last day of the month, it's a good day to do your vision for the next month. And then again, if you're not in the challenge and you want to create some goals, in the areas of finances, health, and personal development, those 3 areas, we're setting goals for November 11th, but then working backwards to chunk them down into goals for each 30 days. So if you want to do this with us, just go to the link that's on the screen there and you'll see a link to my Facebook group. And there's a featured post that should be pinned to the top of the group where you can just RSVP, just say me, if you want to do the challenge with us. And if you're in the Facebook group already, then I'm going to put a thread in there for anybody that wants to share their 30-day vision board. And that way we can help hold each other's vision for each other. And it's just kind of fun to see what people are up to. And this, I just want you to remember too, I know I said this in the beginning, but I'm just going to say it again. This is about the what, not the how, right? So you don't need to know the how for this process. The process that we went over the other day is more about the how. It's about creating your weekly tasks and your daily tasks and your, all the track that you're going to run on to get towards your goal. The vision work is about the what. It's not about the how. And like I said, I recommend that you don't get attached to how you're going to get there, because it really is just about being in vibration with the things that you want to attract. And I think you'll be really amazed at what starts to happen. And what has happened for me, like I said before, is a lot of times my goals manifest in ways that I couldn't have even predicted. Do you have a minimum amount of time that you journal? I journal every morning. I have a morning routine that I do. And part of that routine is journaling. And I journal for as long as I feel like I need to just start my day. Sometimes it's like a half a page, sometimes it's a page, and sometimes it's several pages. And it's different every time for me. Like I don't have a specific prompt that I use every day or anything. I just kind of say whatever I feel like I need to process in that moment. So I just do it for as long as it takes. So it's not a specific amount of time. Okay, and then I have 2 bonus things that you can do that I want to share with you as well, which are things that you can do to stay high vibe as you go through your day, or to get into a higher vibration, like when you're in a funk. And these are very simple to do. So one of the things that I do is I set reminders on my phone. So on an iPhone, we have this thing called reminders right there. And you can set these reminders. And so what I do is I set these reminders, and I set them as daily reminders. So I have a different reminder that it just shows up on the screen of my phone at a certain time every day. And I have them set for throughout the day. And so I have just different ones. And they not only show up on my phone, but they show up on my, in the upper right corner of my computer screen as well. And it like makes a sound. So like I look at it, and they say things like, your work is of high service and worthy of massive compensation. Your work is infused with light and love. You're about to receive more money than you can even imagine. Like, you can say whatever you want. And these little reminders come in to just help you stay high vibe. And I love that. So that's one simple thing that you can do so that you're constant. So like if I'm working and maybe I'm stressed out about something or whatever, and then it makes this little notification and I look up on my screen and it says one of these reminders to remind me, about the value of my work, it just helps me. It helps me feel better about it. And then the other really fun thing that you can do is you can call it whatever you want. I call it a happy dance, to just celebrate like the little wins that you have as you go throughout your day, or little opportunities to be grateful for something. So for example, like when I get a commission notification, and I get multiple commission notifications at this point in my business, I get commission notifications multiple times every day, because I get commission notifications for new sales as well as for residual commissions. But I don't like to just like pretend like it's no big deal. I want to celebrate every single one of them. When we celebrate the things that we're happy, that we're grateful for, and show appreciation for them, the universe gives us more things to be grateful for. So I have a couple different songs that make me like, just shift my vibration. And so I'll just put one of my go-to songs on and just dance around, do a little happy dance when I get a commission notification, or whenever any little thing that happens that you can celebrate, or just put on the music and dance around just because you're in a funk and you just need something to get you out of the funk. But it's important to stay in that high vibration. We don't want to stay in a funk, because it's really hard to attract the things that we want in our lives from that place. So those are two little bonus tips for you guys. And let me just tell you, I have I think it's 23. So if you go to here, I'll put this up on the screen for you guys too. If you guys want, I have a podcast episode about this process where I went into some examples of what happens when you use a 30-day vision board like this. Personal examples that have happened for me. And I also have, if you go to amystarrallen.com/23, you'll get access to that podcast episode. And there's also a video that goes with it where I break down this process as well. It's probably better than the video I did today because it was more concise and there were no technical issues like I had today. But anyway, the podcast is great if you want to multitask and like listen to that while you're on a walk or cleaning your house or whatever, to remind yourself of how to do this process. But I also think it's helpful because you'll hear, I'm not going to take the time today to go into all of these specific examples, but it's amazing what happens when we do this short-term vision work in this way. And it never ceases to amaze me. So do you guys have any questions or anything? I think I gave you everything that you need. So remember, if you want to see the replay from Wednesday where I broke down the accountability piece and how to like figure out your goals, you can go watch the replay. It's on my YouTube channel. It's in all the places on Facebook. So you can go look for that and watch that. And then this process today is about the vision work. And these two things combined will set you up for success. So I hope this has been helpful. I'm not seeing any questions. If you guys have any questions, or if you're watching the replay and you have questions, feel free to put your questions in and I'll be happy to answer them. And I hope I will create a thread in the Facebook group as well, where anybody that wants to share their vision board, I'm going to make a new one too, for my 30-day goal leading into this challenge. And I'll put mine in there as well. So we can all share our vision boards with each other. So I hope this has been helpful. Thank you guys for being here, and I will talk to you soon.